DP sits in nicely here. Could be flexed into safer offlane.
Radiant team pick.
I believe Earth Spirit and DP could make a very capable offlane duo. That's hence probably why they want the Bane on SMG's side to have this very good trading support to fight back. Morphling more. I think this is a flavor hero for SMG though when they pick up the morph into their draft.
Yeah, I mean, presumably this is just an MKS signature. And they're going to
Only
get him
10
comfortable.
seconds.
They've got all of their team fights secured between the Undying and the
5
Pango. Got
seconds.
some individual
Hurry,
lockdown with the
hurry.
Bane. Bane, not phenomenal here. I mean, if it's only the Earth Spirit initiating, then yes. But there's plenty of stuns and silences from long range here to waylay him. Especially the Death Prophet silence is going to be very annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, they're really going to have to wonder on SMG if this is actually going to be a Coralina or not.
Sanctity has 3 games on it, 1 win, 2 losses. I would believe he is the one to play it. The Death Prophet is a unique hero for Lilgun, not played before. Earth Spirit is also a unique hero to them, so they're playing a lot of new heroes in this draft. Even the Ursa has not been played by 423 in this tournament.
They played the Death Prophet offlane once.
They have an offlane DP?
Cyber Cup. Yeah.
Oh, in Cyber Cup. Oh, yeah, in another tournament. Right. I was like, are my stats lying? I was like, can I trust anything anymore?
No, Spectral does not lie.
Yeah. Shout out
It's
to
a
Leo
very good
Mayer.
selection criteria. Yeah, shout out to Leah.
Dyer's ban.
Wyvern Dazzle from SMG and the Viper Veno. Counters to the Ursa. Makes sense.
Dyer team pick.
Give my Ursa a lane. Ooh.
Give my Enigma a game.
Well, in your expert Enigma opinion, does this look like an Enigma game?
Lane is good. Could be Undying Enigma. Could be Bane Enigma.
Only 10 seconds.
Also kind of liking the idea of maybe putting...
5 seconds.
No. I'm like, is this Undying still going to be flexed as a core? Put Enigma down to the support role, play it as a 4. Maybe swap the lanes and make it a 5. SMG's got a lot of flex in this game. I do like this Enigma, no matter what the role of his hero is going to be, because he's got a lot of abilities that doesn't mind him at all, because you want that lane pushing capability. Doesn't have massive threat except for the Earth Spirit, and he also needs a +1. And if you want to look for Black Hole, which we've talked about a lot these days, is not the priority of the Enigma, but later on will be, these are some pretty good Black Hole targets who cannot prevent Enigma from entering the fight.
Yep. I pretty much agree with that. And I like
Very
that you
solid
bring
pick.
up the idea of swapping here, because Enigma does not feel that much like a mid-1 hero, whereas offlane Undying definitely feels like the kind of mid-1, rip off your own arm and beat you with it kind of style.
Core Undying is kind of broken too. I don't think the nerf hammer really hit this hero hard.
Not nearly hard enough. So yeah, I'm personally rooting for that scenario. Lilgun really thinking about this one. This is where they
OD into Morph is good. OD into Undying is pretty good. Mid-1 Enigma.
Yeah. It's a fantastic save versus Bane and Enigma. I cannot I can't disagree with their logic here. I just disagree with OD as like a pick. I think he's a great concept, and you leave him in the conceptual stage.
He is like the last OD game we cast was basically OD with the prison is the hero basically. So Aghanims is kind of a must-have. It wasn't a Meteor Hammer OD, however, in that game. He prioritized everything else in between. To get himself towards that Aghanims to have the double prison for saves and initiation. So this could... I think this is, again, a hit or miss game. Like, it looks like a good pick on theory, but is SMG too experienced of a team to just hinder the capabilities of this hero?
Yeah, I mean, if they focus fire him, I don't see any way that they peel them, like that Lilgun can peel any of the SMG heroes back off the
Mm,
OD again. OD has to play back, 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 all the way back.
yeah.
If they do that though, then yeah, you got great saving capability against all of these. It's fantastic astral prison game. Let's put it that way. It's a fantastic astral prison game.
Yeah, it is a very good prison game. Does put
Lena's gonna follow
some.
up.
I think the lane is still pretty okay for MKS here. Like the Kiska Earth Spirit can be a bit of an annoyance. OD does enable you to take Roche pretty fast. You already have Ursa in the
Yes.
team as well, and SMG's Roche potential is slow. So Roche Pit control, being able to contest Lilgun when they're looking at the Roche Pit direction, is most likely going to be a very heated area on the map because
Yes,
its
agreed.
importance is big for Lilgun. Roche number 2 is huge for the Ursa and for the Ursa lineup in general. But they just can't take Roche themselves until this Morphling is big, 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 big. And that's going to take like 20... I'd like to
25.
see if MKS has a better game than he did on Slark. Well, he did die a couple times, but was able to get his items pretty fast. I'd say 22 minutes plus is like an optimal window for SMG, where Lilgun has probably already taken Roshan at least once. So if they can stretch that second Roche to where Morphling is strong, that would be the best ideal situation for SMG. There's the dire Roche advantage for Lilgun as well, playing this lineup. But
Yeah, the only thing that I see here really is that Lilgun will want to win a fight and win it decisively before they go anywhere near that Roche, or they need to really sneak it.
Yep.
Because if they don't do either, then the fight that SMG has is way, 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 way better around that pit.
Yeah.
Between the Enigma and especially the Pangolier, you're not gonna try and mess with SMG in that enclosed area.
And they are kind of facing a timer this game too. Like, we've seen these Morph games basically stretch to a point where, okay, Morph should now peak. And he peaks for a little bit, and it feels like it falls flat, but that's not because of the hero. It's usually because the team is in a situation where their heroes are either getting picked off, their
Yeah,
abilities
into
are on
the-
cooldown, or Lilguns, like in this case, if you look at their ultis, they would have exorcism and stuff up when SMG isn't able to fight back. So those kind of take away from the Morphling's potential. But mid one Enigma, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this could either be phenomenal and the most aggressive Enigma we've ever seen, or it could be what a mismatch between the player and the hero, man.
Yeah. I want to see his build this game. Is he going to bring something different? Ursa Midas lined up. 4-2-3 is like, we're opting to go for the late game against you guys.
I mean,
It feels like the right call, but it is risky at the same time. But I mean, it can work.
Yeah.
It can work. It's a good option. You know, if you don't want to go Battle Fury this game, you might as well pick up a Midas to max it up. So they don't want to play on the timer then.
Oh, Afu is like, I know I'm faster than you, I'm gonna go past.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, I'm gonna body block you.
Bounty runs
Anyway,
2 for 2.
I do not agree with the Ursa going for like late game scaling. I'm just expecting them to do it through Battle Fury. You're
It
gonna
is a
get a
big
Midas.
expectation, yeah. It is like the general idea of thinking. Okay,
Yeah.
might go Battle Fury for it.
I mean, that is generally been like the two Ursa builds, right? You either go like basically straight diffu with a blink, or you go to Battle Fury first.
Yeah. Let's see how this laning stage starts to roll out. Undying is a very nasty hero to play against, especially when you're going with the Enigma. That should allow mid one to hit a fairly safe level 3 timing for himself. Undying is with 6 mangoes as well. Ursa doesn't exactly have the highest HP pool either. He can't play too aggressive in this lane. The Tombstone threat at level 2 or even level 3 can be big.
I mean, at the very least, he's an agi hero, not a strength one.
Yeah. But like those zombies do a lot of damage at level 1 already. Like I think it was 32 or 34 right click damage per zombie. And if you combine it with Malefice, and then you have Eidolons hitting you, you're probably taking like 100 DPS.
Yeah, that would not surprise me at all.
Ursa, that's 5 seconds of life.
You can't really go up against that. Like, the Death Prophet might be able to tank it for a while, but her nukes are really the only thing that's going to keep mid one at bay here.
11 is going to be trading quite a lot here. Paulson is doing his best job keeping Kishka busy. Started off with the kick level 1. They want to get these range creeps secured with the orb and the kick. And Moon is actually being forced away almost entirely by Sanctity, but he's finished off his bottle. That will be a savior for him.
Mm-hmm. Very, very necessary. And he has the higher mobility, so securing runes should be entirely within his means, unless these side lanes are going to bother him too much.
4-2-3 is struggling this lane. Enigma's already 8 and 6. Ursa's very low on HP as Undying is just fending them off. Undying doesn't care about the ticklings of a bear.
No, he doesn't. Especially like level 1 Fury swipes. Nobody cares about level 1 Fury swipes, but especially not the guy who steals HP.
Yeah, yeah.
The hero I'm curious about with the build for this game is definitely going to be Sanctity. I'm kind of hoping for the magic nuke build, and with the Falcon Blade build up in Sanctity's pocket, I think we're going to see that way. And it has been, we've seen like the immediate BKB build, right, from Lina's a lot, into farming with right clicks, especially things like Shadow Blades, that sort of thing. But I think that in a lot of games, especially ones where you might need to clear out creep waves fast, you're going to do very well.
Yep. Oh, they're diving bottom. They put the tombstone down already. Ace is going to be clearing it out, but he's also taking Malefice damage, plus the creeps. And Afu fighting against the Ursa. Ursa down. First blood for SMG. Ace is on the run. That was the level 3 threat. 2 points, actually 2 points decay instead of Soul Rip maxing this time. Afu bringing the damage for SMG. Big kill. They are kind of spent on resources now, so that will buy 4-2-3 at least a minute of easier laning time. But Afu's still got double mangoes, and they have the level advantage on the side of SMG. Level 2 Eidolons.
Yep.
Ace can't stand his ground.
They got a bunch in their pockets still. I actually don't think that the pressure needs to let up yet, and Afu is already shipping in a courier with more clarities and his boots. This lane is looking real good for SMG.
Yep, and Moon is enjoying his time against Sanctity. They took away both of the water runes as Paulson also rotated towards mid, so an empty bottle for the Lina. Raindrops for the Pango. He's got a salve up as well, another water rune in his pocket. Laning stage is going very well in favor for SMG. OD though, able to poke MKS pretty well here. He's got a ring of health at least, on the positive side of things. But Morphling wasn't supposed to have a great lane to start things off with, but it will get better as time progresses. Kishka in to interrupt the pull from Paulson. The creep wave had already passed as well. However, the Bane is in a bit of an awkward position. A lot of damage, but the kick also tears down the trees and allows Bane to have a new path to walk back to the tower.
Unfortunate. And yeah, 11 over here, might be in a position where his lane comes out the best of all of his cores, which would be unfortunate because really the pressure should not be on him to make plays. He should be the backup for the plays that the rest of his team makes. So this feels kind of awkward for him, even though he's in a good position right now, and he's getting a Midas as well, in fact. I hope they don't go double Midas.
Sanctity's dying in mid. Can he kill Afu? No level 6 for the Lina, but it's going to be enough with the right clicks. Laguna Blade onto Moon! Moon still gets the kill on Sanctity, but Ace is there for the trade. The most important thing is Lina did get the kill first onto the Pango. Pango had level 6 there, but did not Rolling Thunder.
No, the Lina got the kill on Afu, but then Moon cleaned up the Lina.
Oh, yeah. That's the way it went. Yeah. So Moon didn't get Moon didn't get the Rolling Thunder out there to finish things off, but doesn't matter. That is, that is a good correction. I thought it was the other way around. Oof, long day ahead. 8 games of Dota to cast.
That's okay. I will hand you off into the capable hair of Harry.
You're almost gonna
He will
put that
carry you.
into the capable hands of the freak. But yeah,
Yeah.
Harry Freak will be coming to cast later on today as well. Happy to see him too. Earth Spirits is DPing in to save Sanctity potentially, but the Rolling Thunder, it does poke Kishka a little bit. He misses the roll. Afu around Ace and Sanctity. Sanctity very alone and doesn't get the chance to LSA. He's dead. Kishka to follow. Ace TP for nothing. As SMG clear out the kills and keep their heroes alive.
Yep, and as we saw previous game, I'm just gonna repeat it. SMG has absolutely no trouble focus firing the heroes that need to be focus fired. They are gonna be on this Lina's case all game.
All game, indeed. And that's the most important kill that they can find, because Lina is the one to set the pace for Lilgun. Ace, he's got double siphons up. That's a lot of healing going through. Moon has another swashbuckle ready with the Orb of Corrosion. Afu is just like, I'm just gonna cast this Decay. As Bane disconnects. Must have been a very interesting situation for Paulison, because like I can't control my hero, but I'm still still doing things to this DP.
Yeah. And the last command was good, I guess. And he just keeps on walking and right clicking. What else is he gonna do anyways?
Yeah. Pretty much. But that should be a dead Ace. No more siphons left. That siphon charge is about to run out as well. Swashbuckle with Orb does a lot of damage, and the Decay is going to be flying.
Yeah.
I hope Moon gets this kill, though.
Yeah, and this feels a whole lot like a I'm bringing the party to you kind of situation for 4-2-3, where he's going to be like, I don't see how that's a party. He does not want any of these people in his lane right now.
And no swashbuckle even needed from Moon. He does calculate he needs the mana for the teleport back to the mid lane. There is a flag bearer for that nice double set of gold, or 2x gold even. There we go. 75 gold secured. Paulison denies to the tower for the second time this game. Spent all of his resources, might as well. But all of this happening, mid one takes a free tower. Sub 8 minutes. Very good time for the Enigma to take the tower up.
Beautiful. And he is looking to be rushing into the Wraith Pact.
Yep.
Very good versus Selena, good versus OD as well.
Feels like the build these days that Enigma doesn't go for Dominators anymore, but instead the Wraith Pact is just so good. Buffing up your Dolans, buffing up your team.
Hey, guess
and
who's
here
dying?
comes the squad, and you guessed it. You know who's the target. It is Sanctity on the Lina. Not much you can do here. Even burns another raindrop charge with that final Rolling Thunder. And now your mid tower is also in peril. Probably not going to go down all the way, but a lot of damage at least being dealt. Paulison on the side. Nightmared up. Moon is here. They will take it away onto Ace 12.
Ace 12, man, where have like the other 10 aces gone? Like we have Ace and then Ace 12. There's a big gap. Are they just still in the lab? Are they?
I guess some of them are slowly...
They never made it out of the test tubes.
Some of them are just, you know, slowly appearing. So we've got like Ace 9, we have Ace 3 somewhere. Ace is probably somewhere as well. Kishka is about to get killed by Moon and Paulison. And Ace is looking for the turnaround. Sanctity doesn't want to go all the way that deep in as Moon fends off the invading test tube.
Invading test tube, baby. But yeah, they really gotta shove out while they can, because anytime they let the creep wave get close to this tower, Sanctity is gonna get it.
Yep.
He needs space in order to get some defensive items up, and in fact, he's not even going for defensive items. He just wants a Witchblade. It's the best value for money that you're gonna get, but it's not gonna keep you alive. Like, the pressure keeps on heaping on top of 11.
The timing isn't going to be optimal either for Sanctity. 11 with the Midas. Ursa has declined building the Midas and instead has a Gloves of Haste and Face Boots lined up. So wonder what he does want to build. I mean, he could still go for the Midas if he sees an opening for it that it must be built.
Yeah, I think he's sort of seeing if he can get away with it right now.
At least the Morphling is getting space while this is happening. Moon is going to be charging in. No hammer to fall by 11, except for now. Gets the Undying. Ace is taking a lot of damage here. Okay, very interesting. Shield crash, swashbuckle flying in the air. Straight towards Ace. And into the Bean script they go. The roll comes out to kick silence. Or the grab. The grip instead. Kishka is going to fall as well. The Vlad is going to be there to heal them up too. And the mid tower is history.
Yeah, I feel like mid one has been very good, and I think he's the one. I don't even know if he's making the calls anymore, but it certainly feels like they understand that what they need to do is keep the heat off of him while he takes the building.
Yeah, and MKS is a happy camper, man. Like,
yeah.
There you go. Now they're rotating to bottom, but SMG is going to be bringing the firepower to the
black hole.
Have to use it right away. They want the Earth Spirit first so they don't get cancelled by the silence. LSA onto the Morphling. MKS, he's living on 1200 HP. Kishka's down. Sanctity is going to be the next one to drop as he takes down Afu with him. And mid one wants to take somebody down here, and he's the one to drop with the Exorcism. Moon has no cares for the world. And again, another team fight win for SMG plus a tower. That's a third time that happens. Every tier 1 has fallen in result of a skirmish that goes in the favor of SMG. Moon does get the shield crash just before the prison, and Paulison slapping. Moon for the kill. 8-1-3 Pango. How is Lilgun gonna recover?
Well, it's going to have to be Blink Axe over on...
Sanctity just TP'd in. He's gonna get hammered again. Rolling Thunder for Moon. At least baiting it out. Now he's going to go all in with it. He's got this nice choke point to take Kishka maybe all the way. A bit of bounces from Moon. Here comes the waveformed MKS for his first kill of the game. And a triple net worth lead. And look at the difference between these cores. You've got Pango at 6.4. Lina 4.6. You've got Enigma 1,000 gold ahead of the OD. And the Morphling has recovered from an 800 gold deficit compared to the Ursa and is now above him. And now onto 11. They just don't stop coming. They don't stop coming. 11 is going to be dropping next. And Moon for the 9th kill. This is just absolutely insane. Paulison disconnects again. He's having some internet issues because that's another disconnect for him. But this pace is just unbelievable. Lilgun is... They're not ready for this.
They're not, and they don't have any playmakers of their own that can compensate for this. Choosing for the OD at the end there, as much as it's like a great Astral Imprisonment game, like Astral Imprisonment is defensive. It is turn around after they already go on you, but Lilgun has never even been in the positioning where they could turn after the imprisonment could come out. The aggression from SMG just came too early. He did not want to leave his lane yet, and by now there is no lane anymore. There are no tier 1 towers anymore.
Map is shrinking.
Fast.
Map is shrinking very, very fast. It's like an end of the world situation here for Lilgun.
It's just all crumbling into the abyss. You sort of like wave at the pieces as they fall down. Like you're not gonna get that back. You have an aggressive ward sort of on an island in the Radiant jungle. And it's like, what are you going to do with that? You don't have the tools to push out the waves. And they're not going to play on that part of the map anymore because you lost too much of yours. They're going to be over there.
SMG is 4,000 gold ahead with a 93% to win probability. 13 minutes into this game, and it does... I'm going to go with this. I agree. It is a very, very, very abysmal situation for Lilgun.
I don't want to say that it's all over but for the bleeding, but Lilgun's going to do a lot of bleeding regardless of whether they make it out of this or not.
You can only bleed as much. There's an end at some point.
For now, I think Sanctity gets to live this time, but man, the fact that there's a single Undying in his jungle and he has to play careful is just damning.
Okay.
All right, then back we go into the action once again. Afu versus 2. 2 Tombstone down on the ground. LSA stunned. They're not hitting the Tombstone. They're hitting the Undying instead. And MKS arrives to take down the Lina. Here comes Moon. Here comes Paulus. And here's the rest of the squad. And MKS for the double kill. The other being the core. The other being the scary Undying.
Mm-hmm. Perfect understanding there. He just throws himself in there. If you turn to kill me, my team finishes you. And what choice does Sanctity have? Like, is he ever going to get anything more than an Undying kill? Isn't it just better to get the kill and die than to walk away and not farm at all? Those are the really
Pick your
sad
poison.
questions. Yeah.
Well, maybe... Oh my god, look at the hero level difference.
Do I want to?
Paulison has the same level as every core on Lilgun. So a level 9 Bane. Oh, that is the level 9 Bane. There's going to be a lot of XP for the supports if Kishka and Ace are able to get this one. But here comes MKS. And onto the chase is Ace, 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 12 onto it. As this one he's about to drop as fast as you can say all of his aces 12 times. And Kishka... Oh, just a flavor on top for SMG. And meanwhile, Ursa, he was just black holed and down to 50 HP. Enraged to safety. Meanwhile, Ward inside the triangle spots 11's escape, and they also got their eyes on Sanctity. Here comes Moon. Good night. Bye-bye. See you next time.
That's the same Ward that just hurt the Ursa so badly. Mid one could see him farming those Ancients, came on from the side, went for the kill. It's phenomenal to watch SMG move though. Like, as much as this looks like easy pickings, like keeping up the pressure on a map like this, you need to balance all three of the creep waves and they're coming at you really fast because they have to walk only a short way from their base. And the same goes for the heroes. They're gonna come at you, if you play this far forward,
Look at the Dolans.
very often.
Look at the Dolans doing some work. Heavy lifting here. They missed the roll stun, they got the grip on him, and then Enigma's like, hey, I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna Malefice you and I got my boys. I've got my boys here. Tier 2 tower almost falling. 423 spotted by the scan as Afu and Paulison feed. Script is there, but it's gonna be a very short one because he's got the end range off. Exorcism with the silence coming in. Moon will miss the swashbuckle. But they are looking to force them back to the high ground. They won't push to the high ground because they saw Sanctity. This is the prize that they were looking for.
Actually, no. They stayed. I don't know why.
They actually stayed. They want to stick around for a little fight. There goes Sanctity.
Anyway.
There goes the next one. It's going to be Ace 12. Auto regen, but it's not going to be enough. Beans, the Nightmare onto the Ursa. And what you gonna do? Bring everybody to them. Everybody on the Ursa. Oh.
Yikers. Yeah. A lot of bleeding.
A lot of bleeding, yep.
Bleeding.
Nothing to cauterize it with.
That Lina ain't doing so hot.
He's trying to roll. Just gonna roll into his death. Moon rolls in for a kill. Rolling Thunderstone cooldown for 20 seconds, but a tier 3 tower taking damage at 17 minutes. Buyback coming in from Kishka. Got the prison. LSA misses from Sanctity. Doesn't hit anything. Afu keeps the Lina at bay. And MKS is just farming.
It's the positioning that makes this all possible. Like, Moon goes in that deep, not because he wants any kills, but because he's forming a half circle around mid one, who's dealing all the damage to the buildings in the meanwhile.
Paulison, aggressive positioning, but he can. The thing is, he can. And now you look at this. You look this leading net worth hero, mid one on the Enigma to kill off Sanctity. And they are keeping Ursa controlled. Killed by Paulison. 11 drops the hammer for Afu, only to lose his life as well. Kishka bought back.
Call it.
And they have called it sub 20 minutes. Black hole for flavor. Mid one Enigma 6:09. And that is the fastest game of this tournament so far. SMG stomping this first series as they enter the tournament with a, I want to say a vengeance, but with a hunger for more victories to come.
I missed mid one offlane, man. That is, and he demonstrated here that, unlike other like carry players switching to offlane, this is not really, he's not a pure carry player, and this is not like, he's not attempting a role that he hasn't played before. This is a return to a more aggressive version of him. And even with the Enigma here, like the way that the team is directed around him shows how much SMG understands their own lineup. And the way they played it out leaves absolutely no space for Lilgun whatsoever. There's no cracks in this wall. You can scratch it until you bleed, but you're not going to get any fingers, not even a fingernail in between that.
Yep, and those, even if they do, they just end up cracking and falling off because there's nothing to grab onto. Lilgun
No.
will have to take the, they have to take the loss in this one. It just seems like they were just completely outclassed in this second game. So I did bring out two variants. Either Lilgun catches up to the pace of Team SMG, or SMG comes even faster, recognizing that the opponent is just prey, and that is what we did just see in this series. The second series done and dusted. The next one's going to be kicking off in 20 minutes because it is a back-to-back series for SMG, even though they're probably not very exhausted after this game number 2. And just want to say thanks to Kips at this point for tuning in for the morning casts here at the BTS Pro Series. We will be seeing more of Kips later on in the tournament for sure. Harry's going to be stepping in for the next 2 because this is a pretty long day of casting. So I just want to say thanks for tuning in, Kips.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been good to get back into casting, and looking forward to doing some more of this tournament because I've seen some great plays today.
And there's going to be...
sure there's going to be more.
There's going to be more great Dota to come. We're going to take a break for now and return with T-Panda and Harry Freak on the commentary after this. Go drop Kips a follow on Twitter as well, @KipsPull. We'll see you guys in 20 minutes.